Young and the Restless weekly spoilers August 19th to 23rd, Victor attacks and Diane plays dirty. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, sharpens his claws. And Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, prepares to play dirty. The upcoming week's YNR spoilers from Monday, August 19th to Friday, August 23rd, 2024, for the CBS soap opera reveal tense moments between key characters that include Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, Chelsea Lawson Newman, Melissa Claire Egan, Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, and Adam Newman, Mark Grossman. In an unexpected turn of events, Michael Baldwin, Christian Jules LeBlanc, uncovers that Jill Abbott, Jess Walton, is ill and out of the country. So, this opens up potential vulnerabilities for Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson. Other YR spoilers show that Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, and Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, try to navigate a complicated situation. It involves Victor Newman, while Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, offers advice to Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil. As the week progresses, Victor corners Billy in a potential power play, while Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, plots to sever Kyle's ties with Victor. Young and the Restless sees the week end with a shocking confession from Chelsea, potentially changing the dynamic between Sally and Adam. Keep your eyes peeled for these exciting developments on Young and the Restless. Get all your daily Young and the Restless spoilers and news here at Soap Dirt. And stay tuned for updates on your favorite characters' fates. The week begins with a storm cloud gathering over Genoa City. Victor Newman, always one step ahead, shifts from defense to offense. With the weight of recent betrayals still fresh in his mind, he makes a power move that leaves even his inner circle rattled. While others whisper about legacy and loyalty, Victor acts swiftly and without warning. Behind closed doors at Newman Enterprises, Victor begins targeting those who dared question his authority. The first strike is subtle, a boardroom shift, a sealed envelope passed hand to hand, but the message is clear: challenge Victor Newman, and you will fall. Meanwhile, Diane Jenkins sharpens her claws. Though her public face remains composed, her true intentions emerge in quiet corners and cryptic conversations. Jack begins to sense her true intentions emerge in quiet corners and cryptic conversations. Jack begins to sense her pulling strings, but her game is well hidden, for now. She begins to sow seeds of doubt in Kyle's mind, subtly steering him away from Jack and closer to her vision for the Abbott family. It's manipulation laced with maternal concern, exactly the way Diane likes it. Phyllis, ever suspicious, watches Diane like a hawk. A cryptic encounter at Society puts Phyllis on high alert. Diane smiles too easily. Lies are hidden too well. Phyllis knows a storm is brewing, and she plans to be ready. Tuesday, August 20th, fractures form. Tensions rise within the Abbott household as Diane continues her quiet campaign. Kyle, embittered by recent events and unsure of where he belongs, finds himself torn between two versions of the truth. Diane offers comfort, telling him he's being undervalued, misunderstood, and overlooked by his father. Her words echo in Kyle's mind long after she's gone. Jack, meanwhile, senses something is off. Ashley, who has returned from Paris with her own quiet fury, warns him not to let Diane's mask fool him. Though Ashley's current focus remains on Tucker, her instincts about Diane remain razor-sharp. There's a shared glance between the siblings that says more than words: trust must be earned, and Diane's ledger remains deeply in the red. Over at Newman, Victor continues his offensive. This time, it's a public power play. He stages a quiet coup within the executive structure, ousting a key ally of Victoria's and installing a loyalist in their place. Victoria confronts her father, but Victor's message is icy: this isn't personal, it's business. And in business, weakness cannot be tolerated. Elsewhere, Nick and Sharon have a quiet conversation about the emotional toll recent chaos has taken on their family. Though they remain strong, the cracks are visible. Faith's recent silence has them both concerned, and the name Adam lingers in the air like smoke. Though he's not physically present, his influence continues to spread. Midweek brings heat, both emotional and strategic. Diane begins to leak insider information to an unnamed source, playing a long game designed to shift Abbott family power into her hands. Though her trail is carefully covered, Phyllis begins connecting dots. Her instincts scream betrayal. Billy grows restless at Jabot. Though publicly aligned with Jack, privately he bristles under the constraints of family obligation. A chance meeting with Audra sparks something unexpected, shared ambition. Audra hints at opportunity beyond the limits of Jabot, and Billy listens closely. A new alliance could be forming, one that could blindside everyone. In Chancellor Winter's territory, Devon and Nate begin circling the same space again. The tension is high, and while Lily works to be the calming presence between them, the old friction has not disappeared. Nate remains tempted by offers from outside Genoa City. A familiar face from his past resurfaces in a surprising setting, someone who may tip his next move. Victor receives word of Diane's quiet dealings. Though unconfirmed, the possibility that she may be maneuvering against the Abbotts, and by extension, the Newmans, grabs his attention. And Victor doesn't wait for proof. He begins making moves behind the scenes, calling in favors, applying pressure to those loyal to Diane. The message is subtle, but unmistakable: she has drawn the eye of the lion. The week's climax begins to form. Diane receives an anonymous package, inside, photos and records that prove someone is watching her. She shows no fear on the outside, but a flicker of panic appears behind her eyes. Whoever is targeting her knows more than they should. Her time might be running out. At the same time, Phyllis corners Summer with a theory: Diane is playing Kyle, and it's working. Summer, still heartbroken and uncertain about her future with Kyle, resists. But doubt is a seed easily planted. Summer begins paying closer attention, watching her ex-husband interact with his mother, watching the changes in his attitude. Victor meets with Michael Baldwin behind closed doors. It's not a legal consultation, it's a war council. Victor wants background checks, surveillance, and leverage. Michael hesitates but complies. The name Diane Jenkins is added to a growing list of people Victor plans to neutralize. Meanwhile, Chelsea returns to Genoa City with unexpected news. A job offer in another city, one that could shift her entire future. Adam is nowhere to be found, but his shadow hangs over her decision. She seeks advice from Billy, whose reaction is more emotional than expected. There's unfinished business between them. Across town, Devon receives a strange file anonymously delivered to his office. It's a document showing potential corporate sabotage, one that could trace back to a familiar name. But there's no signature, no origin. Just enough to spark distrust. The week ends in explosive fashion. Victor makes a bold, very public move. He announces a restructuring at Newman Enterprises that effectively sidelines Victoria. She's furious, but Victor doesn't blink. In his mind, this is about protecting the empire, not pleasing his daughter. Victoria doesn't sit idle. She meets with Nate, proposing a counter-strategy. If her father wants a war, she's willing to give him one. The question is, will Nate stand beside her, or return to the Newman patriarch? Diane, feeling the walls closing in, reaches out to an unexpected ally, Tucker McCall. The two share a tense but intriguing exchange. She offers information. He offers protection. Together, they may have the pieces to ignite something far bigger than personal revenge. Phyllis, now convinced Diane is orchestrating something dangerous, breaks into Diane's suite at the athletic club. What she finds isn't definitive, just fragments, emails, burner phones, but it's enough. She takes photos, gathers evidence, and prepares to go to Jack. Jack, however, is dealing with his own reckoning. A mysterious investor begins buying up Jabot stock through shadow accounts. The threat isn't just external, it's financial, and it's closing fast. He fears the company could be under siege, and he has a sinking feeling Diane is involved, the final moments of Friday's episode unfold in silence. Victor stands on the Newman Tower rooftop, overlooking the city.